In forging and heat treating carbon steel, I've covered the subject in 3 separate videos. The first video is basically just theory, which gives you a pretty non-scientific understanding of the process. In the second video, I actually go through the fundamentals of forging carbon steel. I'm just making a simple chisel here, but the fundamentals apply to anything that you're forging using a higher carbon steel. And in the third video is where you're going to learn how to actually turn that forging into a usable tool. Forging Blacksmith Tongs is a 5-part series that describes the equipment and the methods that I use to forge my tongs. In the first video, I described the offsetting die that I use to forge out the blanks that I use for the tongs. Now, even though I use this die for my tongs, it isn't an essential part of the process. If you have a power hammer or a striker, or you don't mind doing a little bit of hammering, you can take a heavier bar and draw the reins out of one piece. If you want to weld 2 pieces together, that's fine too. That's the way it's been done for centuries. So this die is just a means to an end. It simplifies the process, but it's by no means the only way to solve this problem. In the second video, I concentrate mainly on forging a flat bit tong blank. Now, even though flat bit tongs aren't particularly useful in the shop, the flat bit tong shape forms probably 90% of the tongs that you are going to be making. So it's really important to get a really good handle on how to make flat bit tongs and to become very proficient at making this shape. In the third video, I'm going to be finishing the pair of flat bit tongs, and that includes riveting the 2 halves together, as well as aligning and sizing the jaws to fit a particular bar stock. In the fourth video, I'm going to be showing you how to make box tongs, which is a simple variation on the flat bit tong design. In the last video, I'll be showing you how to make bolt tongs, and these are specifically designed to hold round and square stock. The Working with Scrolls videos describes my method of standardizing the scroll shapes that I use so that I can draw them in any size and I know that they are all identical. So even though the system might take a little getting used to, if you're interested in doing scroll work for building gates or what have you, and you want to be able to design something on the drawing table and take it out to the shop and lay it out very quickly, it really pays to have a standardized template for a scroll that you can use in any dimension, whether it's at the drawing table or full size at the layout table. In the second video, I'll go into this a little bit deeper and describe how to use the templates at the drawing table to either do some layout work or to use the templates to establish what scrolls are used in a given design. Forge Welding 1 and 2 covers the theory and practice of forge welding in very general terms. It's basically how to stick 2 pieces of metal together. In the actual videos, I go over, what you need to know for specific welds, but these 2 videos are simply designed to give you a working understanding of how to stick 2 pieces of metal together. In this video, I describe how to forge the flat leaf spring type spring, which is pretty much the only spring that's ever used in traditional ironwork. It may be shaped differently, or it may have, specific features to it, but basically it's a flat leaf spring. So this video just gives you an idea of what you need to know to make a successful spring that'll work in your project. The basic forging series is basically just designed to give you a really quick introduction to basic hammering techniques and some of the essential processes that are used in the blacksmith shop. This first video gives you a pretty quick rundown on just some of the basic hammer techniques that are used to forge out metal. In the second video, I am describing how to shape and use what I call offsets, which is basically the transition from one size of stock to another. This video just basically gives you a couple of different applications for that technique. The third forging video describes how to use the hot cut hardie and how to punch basic holes in metal. The fourth video describes how to shape the classic square corner on a bar. Basic Forging 5 simply illustrates how a properly tapered bar just naturally wants to curl up into a scroll shape. And the sixth video basically just gives you some pointers on how to turn your neighbor into a striker. In this video, I'm describing the first upsetting die that I used when I started making tongs, and I'm going to be using it to make a smaller version of the full-size tongs that I make. Unlike the more elaborate die that I'm currently using, this is a one-piece die. There are no moving parts, so it's pretty simple to build, but it is a little more inconvenient to use. But it's still great for a small run of tongs. Hi, I'm Dennis and thanks for watching. If you like this video, by all means give it a thumbs up. If you want to support this channel, you have a couple of options to do that. The first, of course, is to just subscribe. Secondly, if you have any suggestions or photographs of things you'd like to see on this channel, send them along and I'll do my best to turn them into a video. If you want to lend your financial support, you can do that in a couple of ways. First, if you're interested in making an ongoing contribution to this channel, just click the Patreon icon and it'll take you to my Patreon page and you can donate whatever amount you feel comfortable with. If you want to make a one-time contribution, just go to my channel homepage and click the donate button in the banner. So thank you for your support, and with your help I'll be doing this for some time to come. I'll see you next time.